Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to start our next playthrough, which is none other than The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo. And I'm actually going to be playing this on the Nintendo, so there's no advantage of save states or anything like that, so this should be fun. I haven't played it in a while. So it says, many years ago, Prince Darkness Ganon stole one of the Triforce with power. Princess Zelda had one of the Triforce with wisdom. She divided it into 8 units to hide it from Ganon before she was captured. Go find the 8 units link to save her. And then it's going to list all the treasures that you'll find throughout the world of Hyrule. And there's quite a few of them. And if you needed more information on them when you were younger, you would either look for Nintendo Power or you would look in the manual. And I have to admit that this manual actually has a lot of information in it and a lot of illustrations and things like that. It's actually quite well done for a manual. And I do have it still, yes, in case you guys are wondering how I know this. I also still have the map and all that comes with the game as well, and the box and all that other good stuff, so it's pretty cool. That's right, look up the manual for details. Alright, so let's begin. And the first thing we need to do is register our name. First thing I need to do is wake the hell up. Oh boy. Nothing like some Zelda in the morning to get the blood flowing. So it's dangerous to go alone. It's dangerous for me not to have my coffee in the morning. Wonder if Link likes coffee. So let's kill some Octoroks here. Yeah, let's leave that other one. Hopefully we can get some money out of these guys. That seems unlikely. The more money the better, because we'll be able to buy the blue candle sooner, but... Hello. Let's take care of these levers. We just killed some Octoroks before. And we're about to go to the first dungeon. It's right here. Look at you little Octoroks. I got the controls are a little different than I'm used to, because A shoots. It's kind of a reach for me. And this controller is not very comfortable in my hands anymore. Alright, so here's level 1, the Eagle. And we got some keys here that I don't seem to be able to hit. There we go. Alright, and then we'll just head across here and get another key. And there's going to be some Stalfos we're going to have to kill. They're usually pretty good for money, so might as well kill them all. Apparently fairies too, but hell yeah. Ah, boy. So I know at one point Nintendo was actually thinking about remaking this game, but putting it in 3D, but I'm not so sure that idea was received very well. I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of remakes. It seems to me, as we go in here, we're gonna get the compass, but it seems to me that nowadays everything is being remade. Even things that shouldn't be, like the Karate Kid. So, it'd be nice if they came up with something original. I mean, I realize Zelda's like Nintendo's, you know, one of their key franchises, but make new games. Don't remake the same thing. Unless you're gonna remake 2. Because in my opinion, 2 is one of the best ones. Though most people disagree, but I'm not so sure I agree with that. Anyway, those blobs that we just killed are called gels. And we go in here and he says the eastmost peninsula is the secret. And it's actually referring to an area outside this dungeon, so... You know, the only thing that remakes are good if they're done right. Like, for instance, the remake on Resident Evil was fine, because they didn't really change the game all that much, you know what I mean? It's not like it wasn't whatever before. They just made it better. Whereas you're talking about changing the way that the entire game works, and I want those bombs. Get away from me, I want those bombs. Bombs are very important early on. So let's go in here. And those Wigorias, by the way, they're more famous in the second Zelda than they are the first. Ah, I got stuck. That wasn't a good idea. To get stuck. Get away from me. And here's the bow. We're just gonna get out of here. It's nice when you get bombs early on because they'll enable you to kind of streamline all the, well, some of the secrets early on. Unfortunately, you have no control over it unless you go buy them, which is kind of out of the way. The only place I know that sells bombs is all the way on the other side of Hyrule. It's on the eastern half. You can see how this map sort of resembles an eagle. I don't really... To me, it looks more like, geez, a lamp that you would see with a genie coming out of it, actually. But I can see how you get an eagle out of that. Now, these are wall masters. They're pretty common in the Zelda universe. They're usually a pretty good source for coin. But I got a heart off of them, and I was really happy about that. So let's battle the first boss here, who is Aquamentus. And I actually prefer to use bombs on him, but that's alright, we killed him. Alright, so that completes the Eagle, which is the first dungeon, as I mentioned. They all do have names, by the way, and as I mentioned before, I have the instruction manual and all that's explained in there. But it only explains the first quest. It doesn't talk much about the second one. Yeah, give me that money. So let's go buy a blue candle, shall we? We're actually short by 11 rupees, but that's okay. There's a handful of secrets that we can open up right now because we have bombs, so let's go do that. The first one I think is right here. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was this one right here or the other one. Okay, there's 30 rupees, so... And here's the candle. Buy something, will you? Well, I think I will. Now let's equip that because we can actually put it to some use pretty quickly here. There's a handful of these areas that you can buy, or you can either bomb or burn to get some secret rupees, which are always useful. There's actually one right here. Oop. Somehow that guy got me. Here's another one. This one's only worth 10, but I think there are only 2 10s in the game. Everything else is 30 or 100. Let's burn that corner bush there because that's a good place to buy the magic shield. The 5th bush in is where the secret is here, and we have a choice for a first heart container. Now that we have 5, you could actually go get the white sword, but that's a little out of the way right now, so I'm not gonna go do that. These levers respawn pretty quick. They're usually a pretty good source for some money. Top bush here you can burn and get some more money. Okay, and that's all we're gonna get. Actually, you know what? Let's go up here. I lied. That didn't work as cool as I wanted it to. There's another bush we can burn. It's a secret to everybody. Well, not anymore. And we're actually gonna go get the magic shield. We might as well. save us some time from having to do it later. Now, like previous Zelda games, you can actually lose the shield if you get eaten by a like. And there's not all that much money in terms of secrets once you get them all. You're pretty much out of luck. So let's head over to the second palace already. Or dungeon, I'm sorry, there are dungeons in this game. Palaces in 2, and dungeons or temples and some of the other ones. I do believe there is a bush you can burn on this map, but I believe it's a door repair, so you need to be careful. Oh, look at all this money. I don't need that.